Thank you for joining us for this global cello side project number 5, Palladio. This is going to be a tutorial for cello 4-part. So this is still a pretty basic part. You don't have to do a lot of shifting. There are some chromatics that I'll talk about in a minute about where you might have to do an extra half step that you're not used to. And there's some bow strokes that we'll go over. So I'm going to start working like at the back and go towards the front. So I'm going to start at the part that says Coda. And you'll see that there are 16th notes, which is pretty easy to play, but you'll also see that some of them are double stops. You can play double stops. You can just bar your finger straight across for some of the notes, like the F sharp and C sharp are together, or the B natural and F sharp are together, or you can just pick one line if that's easier. But when you play it, we're going to start, and it's quiet, a little louder, a little louder. So that part, if you can play it barring across, that's fine, or if you want to pick one or the other, that's also fine. Now, in measure 80, there's a part that goes, and if you have problems doing that, you can just stay on the, or you can play just the quarter, the down beat. If you want to play just the low D, that's great. If you want to play the octaves, or if you want to play it all up in the middle D, that's fine too. So all of those are options. The next thing I want to talk about is a rhythm in the bowing that happens, the first time it happens is measure 13. It also happens after letter F in measure 62. You'll see ba 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 ba. If you were counting in 16th, then this would be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a bow stroke. Instead of trying to go back and forth all the time, I find it easier to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You might have to practice that a little bit. But if you can do that, that makes it go a lot easier to play it up to speed. If you're trying to go, I think it actually makes it a little harder. So if you can always down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, like you're always bouncing it off against something, the first note, and then you have to back up. So starting in this song, since we're in D minor, there's going to be a lot of second finger instead of third finger. Second finger for F natural, second for B flat. So you might want to watch out for that. There is a chromatic place that at letter D, when it goes, but you have to shift an extra half step because there's one extra half step between the A, B flat, B, C, C sharp. You can go many different fingerings. But what I like to do is just 1, 2, and then up another half step. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So pick one that works for you, whether you do the 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 like chromatic scale does, or anything else. You'll just have to have one extra half step in there somewhere. I would not recommend going 4/4 though, because that's your weakest finger. That's going to be the least likely to stay in tune. It's better to either go half step between 1 and 1 between A and B flat, or a half step between 2 B flat and 2 B natural. Now going backwards again, the other thing to look for is just counting. We are, along with the 5th part, we are the metronome. So when we're doing, you can even choose to do all of these down bows at the beginning, or you can go back and forth. But you want it to have a very nice clean, and then when we have quarter notes, still a little bit of be separated. Very, very short space between every note. Even when we're playing at letter C, it's quiet, but it's still kind of point. Every note has a little bit of a point to it. And the last thing is the dynamics. When it says mezzo piano, it's kind of soft. When it says mezzo forte, it's a little louder. It goes back to mezzo piano at A, then it crescendos all the way up to fortissimo just before B, but then at B it's soft again. So always come back to soft again. When it's mezzo piano, it's soft, and then at C, it's even piano, it's even a little less. But then at measure 33, it gets louder. 34, it's nice and forte. 45, it's the next measure, it's piano, mezzo piano again. And hold it at soft until it starts crescendoing again. Now once we get to letter D, it stays pretty loud. At 46, it gets a little softer, it gets really, really loud. And then at E, it's a little less loud, but it stays kind of loud for the rest of the piece until the coda. At the coda, it starts really soft. And then a little louder, a little bit. So every couple beats, it gets a little louder, a little louder, a little louder, a little louder, until you're as loud as you can possibly play at 80. And if you can do it, you can either do it like it's just quarter note on 1 and 3, or short, or back and forth, or back. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. So let's play through. We will hear 2 measures of the clicks before we actually start playing. So I like to keep one ear open, one ear with the headphones so that I can hear the click track. So, everybody ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, play. Measure 1, measure 2.